Hey everyone, James Baek here, and it's time for some more Kid Icarus Uprising. In the last chapter, we took on Twin Bellows, and in this chapter, we are going to go into Chapter 2, Magnus and the Dark Lord. But before we do that, I'm going to show you the weapons and powers I'm going to be using for this chapter. For the weapon, we have the Violet Palm, with 2.5 stars in range, overall defense +4, evasion +4, and a forward dash continuous fire +4. Very nice weapon, and for my powers, I'll be using Health Recovery level 1, Pisces Heal level 1, Playing Dead level 3, Brief Invincibility level 1, and Crisis Recovery level 1. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into Chapter 2, Magnus and the Dark Lord. We'll be playing on 9.0 I should say, because that's what we do. It's a 9.0 walkthrough. Nothing harder than this. 9.0, let's go.
And we're off! Ah! This weather's nasty!
Yes, but your next mission can't wait. You must defeat Dark Lord Gower.
Dark Lord? Seriously? Hasn't the Dark Lord thing been done to death already?
He's earned it. He's working for Medusa. Her forces are coming from his castle. A human army is going to fight him, but they don't stand a chance.
So what you're saying is we need a brave hero to face the Dark Lord?
I suppose it is an old story. But don't forget, this is the Underworld army we're dealing with. And anybody with the title Dark Lord won't be some low-level minion.
So what are we talking? Mini-boss? Final boss? You know, whatever. I hope this Dark Lord's hungry for a hot plate of punishment.
Okay, so we're heading to Dark Lord's castle. Pretty basic.
Is this lightning coming from the Underworld army?
Where else would it be coming from?
Sorry. I guess that was pretty obvious.
If you don't watch out, we'll be having barbecued angel tonight. And those spicy angel wings sound tasty. I'd best get you out of there.
Plus, chicken is much more economical! Ah, much better.
You still have to watch out for fire from Underworld troops. Let's get you headed toward land.
I don't know about you guys, but spicy angel wings sound pretty tasty right now. I don't know if it's because I haven't eaten it in a bit, or it's because Palutena suggested it. But anyway, we're heading to Dark Lord Castle. Lady Palutena is guiding you toward there. All you have to do is take care of any Underworld enemies that get in your way. Pretty standard air battle.
How would the human army make it across these mountains by foot?
Did I detect a note of smugness in your voice?
No. I'm just really happy I can fly.
Angels shouldn't blow pit.
What I meant to say is that I'm eternally grateful for your work.
Let's make our way underground. It's not the most cheerful place, is it?
The Underworld baddies seems like it.
I suppose it makes sense they feel at home underground.
It'd be like living in basements. Where do we stop?
Oh, I thought you might want to take in the sights and destroy some monsters.
Yeah, destroying any Underworld enemy I guess would help in an advantage of a war.
Pit behind you!
Let me at it.
I'll control your flight path if you run into anything. Just focus on shooting and dodging.
Got it.
Don't worry about killing the Pelipper thing. Only 2 waves of enemy spawn, and then he automatically dies from hitting that ledge.
Dark Lord Gal's castle is up ahead.
But what about that wall?
Don't worry, I'll help you over. It's fun, right?
It sounds pretty fun. I bet it'd be like any roller coaster. It would seem pretty epic, actually. Oh man, I took a lot of help there.
Yeah! Take that, wall! Look!
The people will never defeat Gower with the Underworld forces in their way.
The humans are taking a beating. They need our help.
Normally I'd agree with you, but
What is it?
do you remember how long the power of flight lasts?
5 minutes?
And remember what happens when it runs out?
My wings burn up?
We don't have time to assist the people. We have to go straight for Gowl. I'll take you into the castle. From there, it's up to you to face the Dark Lord. His defeat would force the Underworld army into retreat.
Roger. Get ready for a display of raw angel power.
Alright, let's prevent as many human casualties as possible. Let's defeat Dark Lord Gao quickly, shall we?
So this is the Dark Lord's castle.
Yes, he must have scrambled to build it after Medusa's resurrection. He's using this castle as a stronghold for Underworld monsters. Monsters designed to wreak havoc and sow sadness. Are you excited?
Yeah. It's like a birthday party where everyone wants to kill me.
That does sound fun, but these graphics are amazing, let me just say.
Make your way to the Great Hall down on the first floor.
Yeah, we will, but I really like this old-time castle thing. Anyway, even the statues look real. Don't worry, they won't attack you. Hit the switch, and the door will open. A Mono Eye's in here. You can just kill it for some free hearts. Let's go down.
This must be the Great Hall.
At the top of the stairs, there's a door with switches across from it.
Switches, huh? That probably means I should hit them.
Very perceptive of you, Kit.
Yeah, basically defeat the cannon scuttlers in this room. Here's a power-up. It's a flame card. Power-ups just increase your damage output. Here, get a weapon power or another power-up item. For this room, just get rid of the cannon scuttlers so they can't really annoy you as much, and then you can deal with the normal scuttlers easily. Let's head up to this room. As Lady Palatana said, there are 2 switches to open the door, and we have to hit both of them, so let's go. We got a Boogity over here, at least I'm pretty sure that's its official name. They'll hide behind its shield and then attack you from behind, so not really a hard enemy to deal with. All you have to do is just avoid their attacks and hit through. Let's hit this one. This enemy, this is a monolith, and monoliths you can actually touch. You cannot beat. It's one of the few enemies that are invincible. Alright, let's hit the switch.
The door's unlocked now. The enemy with the big skull guarding the door is a Ganymed. They'll attack when fired at, but they don't do much at all if you don't shoot them. So I suggest using melee attacks or dash shots to take them down.
Yep, as I said earlier, when we encountered a Ganymed earlier, they're basically free hearts, just melee dash attack them. Even the weakest weapon, such as my palm, can destroy them in quite a few dash shots. Let's go over here.
I'm sensing treasure somewhere to your left.
How do you know that?
From the heavens, I can see through your laurel crown to divine your surroundings.
Really? That's amazing!
And that's not all I can see, Kit. I can also see what's in your heart.
Oh! That's really something.
So you'd better not be thinking about anything naughty.
What? How did you...
Just kidding. Seriously? Reading hearts through laurel crowns?
I know. I was also kidding.
Sure you were.
There's some very funny dialogue there. But if you don't actually have to go that way, if you want to continue with the chapter, head over there. But that moon, though, it looks so amazing. But let's head over to the treasure room, as Lady Palatana said. If you're low on health, I wouldn't recommend this, as this treasure box is a trap, and there'll be enemies that spawn here. So if you're low on health, I wouldn't recommend doing this. Anyway, 4 scuttlers appear. All you have to do, take them down. And yeah, it's really not that hard. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, you are actually trapped in that room, so if you do pick to fight them, just note that you're going to be trapped in here. 2 treasure boxes here, grab your weapons or powers, or there's an item here sometimes, such as the grenade from chapter 1. Anyway, 2 enemies will spawn. We have the green spiral and the Speck Nose. The Speck Nose isn't as big as a threat, but this spinning guy can actually multiply, so it's really annoying to deal with. Highly recommend you taking it out before it can multiply a bunch and do a lot of damage. The Spec Nose has bombs for boogers and will sneeze at you if you get too close. After you defeat those two enemies, you get some food. Very nice. Let's move on. When you're heading through this bridge, I recommend doing it very slowly, as this guy will spawn, who fires lasers. All you have to do is just shoot at him and avoid the lasers by dashing. Not really a hard enemy at all. But if you accidentally ran too close, two enemies will spawn. This guy shoots missiles at you. It could be annoying dodging both of them at the same time, so that's why I recommend don't doing it. And then you have the stairway. Two enemies, a can scuttler and a poison shroom. The poison shroom, when they die, they release a toxic cloud which will poison you.
Heading to the lower level of the interior garden.
And right here. As you can see, this wall does seem a bit fishy. Let's go through. We have a Zodiac Chamber here. Zodiac Chambers contain rare weapons or powers. And once you collect each weapon or power from a Zodiac Chamber, you'll unlock that weapon or power. This weapon right here that you get will be the Sagittarius Bow, which is a strong weapon and has pretty good melee for a bow. Anyway, let's go. Time to head to the bottom.
Look at that!
How did a human make it into the castle?
Well, I didn't expect to see an angel here. Hope this doesn't mean I've kicked the bucket.
I think you should help him.
He's taking on the Underworld army himself and surviving. Are you sure this guy's really a human?
Absolutely.
You have a private conversation with yourself, Agent Baek.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. I'm Kid, servant of the goddess Palatena. I'm here to defeat Dark Lord Yao.
So, you're here for a slice of the pie, too?
Huh? Where? No, I mean, I'm here to defend humans from the brutality of the Underworld army.
Sure, you're an angel. But me, I'm in it for the reward money. Since we both want to take down Gao, how about we work together?
I don't know about that.
What have you got to lose? It'll be easier on both.
Lady Palatena, what do you think?
He makes a compelling argument.
All right then. Resuming mission Dark Lord Suppression.
I'm Magnus, by the way. Pleased to meet you. Don't hit me, and I will get along just fine.
Okay, so team up with Magnus. Basically, Magnus, supportive character, who cannot die, so don't worry about attacking him. Your attacks won't even reach Magnus anyway, as you cannot harm Magnus at all. You're locked in a room with a wave of enemies, just take them down with Magnus.
I'll follow you lead from here. I've got your back.
And yeah, after you defeat the enemies, food will appear and a treasure box. Claim your weapon or power. Anyway, Magnus will follow you after here. Let's go down. 2 mix, a fireworm. Just take care of the mix because the fireworm really can't touch you as long as you stay out of its way. It does do a lot of damage if you come too close to it. Just take care of the fireworm from a distance and it's really no problem. Nope, can't reach it. Oh, there we go. Anyway, once you come here, there are 2 courses. Have Magnus take care of them, as if you shoot them with range attacks, you are going to kind of screw yourself. Anyway, hand door over here, just kill, no problem. Here we have a treasure box that does spawn an enemy. We have the wave angler. Just take it down.
You must really want that reward.
He may not be made of the sturdiest moral fiber, but that's fine with me.
I'm surprised you feel that way.
Humans are driven by desire. It's convenient to know what fate they'll chase.
That's kind of cold, but it makes sense. I guess.
Hey, you're chatting with your precious goddess. Give her a message from me. Tell her she's been sleeping on a job. Our world is on the edge of collapse.
I take it back. This guy's a jerk.
Okay, so basically it's just a wave of cannon scuttlers and regular scuttlers. No big deal, just take care of the cannon scuttlers and it should be no problem from here. As the regular scuttlers are really easy to dodge and avoid. Once you defeat all the scuttlers, Pandora and the Shieldine and the cannon scuttler will appear. Take care of the Shieldine because it does have a shield. And then you can take care of the other enemies, such as the Handora and the Cannon Scuttler. Shieldings don't do anything offensively, they just protect the allies they have. Anyway, once you clear that room, let's go up the elevator. Really love this castle, let me just say again. I also like the music, it's kind of calm and soothing. Anyway, come out here. We have this Scuttler here. 3 hearts, basically.
Yeah! A treasure box!
That's clearly a trap. Think about it. Who would leave treasure just lying around outside?
That's very true, Magnus, but for the sake of completion, we are going to get this treasure box.
What's wrong with you?
If there's a treasure box, I open it. I can't help it.
Okay, let's see how long you survive with that strategy.
Okay, we have a Specnos and a Belanca, if I remember that's the name of the creature. The Belanca will spawn the Handora, so I do recommend getting rid of it. And there we go. Now, all we have to do is take care of the 2 Spectros, and I guess we did leave a Handora left. Okay, second wave will be a Mick and 2 Scuttlers. Not much of a deal, just take them down. Alright, come on. There we go. And there we go. And that's the end of the trap. Now, we have that room. That's actually the main path, but if you go over here to the side room, there's a hot spring.
Is this? Oh, it is! A hot spring!
Apparently someone likes this spot time.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
You go in fully dressed? Don't you at least want to change into a swimming tunic or something?
Oh, no. The Angel's Code of Conduct says that we must always be ready for duty.
I guess you wouldn't be an angel if you didn't do things by the book.
Yeah. And I don't want to steam the sacred buns.
We're done talking about this.
Anyway, yeah. Hot springs. They will heal you, basically. It's like food. However, they have a limited amount to how much they can heal. Let's say if you got damaged on the fight before the elevator, you went over here, healed back, and then you went over there to the treasure box, got damaged during that fight and want to come back, you're most likely not going to heal back all your health, as hot springs do have a limited capacity to how much they can heal. And right here we go.
Looks like a long way up.
What? Your legs not work or something?
Don't want to get hit by the missile. And yeah, this guy can get annoying with the footwork here. Come on. Just one more hit should do it, or a few more hits. Oh, I did get hit though, but I'm fine with taking it out. Because that guy, I always have so much time to take out. Anyway, come up the stairway, and yeah, shielding and cannon Scuttler. No big deal, just get rid of the shield, and then defeat the Scuttler. Shieldings can't attack you at all. Second wave will be a Handora and a Porcupine. The Porcupine shots, the quills I would say, they paralyze you, so best to take it out quickly. But after that
I
wave,
think we're closing in on Gao's lair.
I hope you're ready.
Drink of the Gods right here to recover all your health. Obviously, boss fight coming your way. Let's go.
Prepare for defeat, Dark Lord Gao!
Palatine's little messenger, and Magnus, it's always a pleasure. Sorry I'm late. I had other business to attend to.
Wait, you two know each other?
Okay, so Dark Lord Gao Gao's HP ranges from 225, which is intensity 0.0, to 1124 intensity 9.0. Dark Lord Gao can use a magic shield to avoid attacks. When you're fighting at a distance, Dark Lord Gao can attack with a magical array of blasts, and some can act like a grenade. When fighting up close, Dark Lord Gao can use a spinning attack to launch Pit into the air and a bit far from Dark Lord Gao, and can also use a gravity bomb to draw Pit into range for the spinning attack. Gao will often summon Underworld Scuttlers to attack or defend. Basically, he will summon minions to try to defend himself or just launch at you and Magnus. My advice is staying in mid-range because it's easy to avoid the spinning attack, and you can try to avoid the gravity bomb, and also it's easier to dodge the magical blast instead of being really up close to him. Magnus can die in this fight, that's a big note there, so it's best to try to finish this fight quickly before it can turn into a 1v1 versus Pit and Dark Lord Gao, but Dark Lord Gao can summon Scuttler, so can be a tough fight if you lose Magnus, so it's definitely best to try to finish this off quickly. Okay, that was a really short boss fight. That was faster than my last attempt.
I'm sorry it had to come to this.
Gao was a human? I didn't know. What have I done?
You can't feel bad. Just think of all the other people you've saved. Besides, she looks like she's still holding on.
Really?
But we need to regroup. The war against Medusa is just starting.
And there we have it. So, let me just say, I did finish that boss fight really quickly, and it was pretty easy. Yeah, Dark Lord Gao isn't that hard of a boss fight, but he can get hard, as I mentioned, as Magnus can die in that fight. We didn't get to see it, though. We also did miss an important part that Dark Lord Gao, in between the fight, the dialogue between Pit and Palutena. Palutena reveals that Magnus actually lost his kid to Underworld forces a while ago. And I always thought that was pretty interesting. Anyway, let's look at the weapons we got. Not bad. Don't like that weapon. And that's not really good either. And the powers I already have. So yeah, definitely interesting. It's also interesting as there's a fact about Dark Lord Gao, number 1. Gal, maybe? G-A-L, G-A-O-L, just saying. Anyway, there's also another point as the broken like when the, how do you pronounce it? I would say costume breaks. The bottom half actually fits perfectly with the top half, and we never do get to see the bottom half of Dark Lord Gao's body. It's kind of interesting how they call it a Dark Lord even though it's a girl, but still, not going to complain about Nintendo logic, or what they call it in the universe that Pit lives in. Anyway, that was Chapter 2, Magnus and the Dark Lord. Next time on Kid Icarus Uprising, we'll be heading out into Chapter 3. Heads up to Huge Draw. I'll see you guys next time.